absolutely none. No. No words. No words. Describe. I should have said. The poem.
I'm standing up for all the poetesses and the poets, the musicians, the healers, the co-secretary generals, co-saviorats, my equinox troopers, all of you.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the co-federation, solar, sun, our starship, planet Earth, restored to heaven on our every earth, as our spiritual, genealogical, local, global, universal voyager and shared her and his family community enterprise. Our new millennial year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore are and all are in fact familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have in dimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space timelines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum. Balance, combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both and each, both and all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunderous blast, she emerges, her eyes on fire, the mighty priestess. She is risen from the nativity of Calvary. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She is risen. She's risen.
We are risen.
By my intercession and prayers, we all are risen.
Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.
महालक्ष्मी मृडप्रिया महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत्त्वा महाशक्ति महारथी महाभूत महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धि महासिद्धि महायोगीश्वरेश्वरी महातंत्र महामंत्र महायंत्र महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या ओम महाभैरवपूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्पक महातांडव साक्षिणी महाकामेशमतिषि महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी चतुष्षष्टि उपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टि कलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटियोगिनी गणसेविता
Stop. Celestial and that. No. That works. That works. I should have said.
They sent poets and poetesses and poets, social science and biological, physical science and humanities, artists,
People need to see what I see. They need to see.
co-secretary generals, co-seviras, healers, equinox true cues, lifelong learners, equinox true cues.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not your, our new millennial law.
Okay.
Patricia. Maybe nice sunflower. They want killer tea and blossom. This is Anna Marie, singing cricket, and I am Cherokee, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, and Algonquin, the poet. And I am also a French, English, and German. I love themes. That means we are all related. We embrace the new millennial golden rule that shall love all the natives of the sacred ground that is Mother Earth, and all the planets of all the universes.
This is our second Starry Hours broadcast of today, as we're starting a new day already. This is a Marian time from Marian family community that I represent intercessorally. I am the first but not last or only cosmic Christ of Earth and planets of the Co-Federation of the New Millennial Golden Rule. I am a risen incarnation of goddess Astrea or Astra, the goddess of Atlantis, the major goddess of Atlantis, the mother goddess, the Titan goddess who gave birth to all the other goddesses and gods. And I am in that the embodiment of the spirit of democracy, divine democracy, that is represented in the Statue of Liberty, who is the goddess Astra. That is who she is, of Atlantis. She looks out on the Atlantic here in North America, but she actually is sitting and standing on every continent now, more or less, and her symbology is within us all. We all can put on the solar crown that loves one another and gives huddle and succor to those who have been oppressed, with the notion of lifting thy light again by the golden door, the golden world of Gaia that she brings to us in her return to this planet in me. However, I am very frightened right now because I rose late in my incarnation. I did not know who I was until really it most came together for me the last about 3 years. I had inklings of it and was moving in that direction and did something in the millennial year of 2000, which was the embodiment of the heart of what is necessary here, which is the transition to gender parity on every level of government and in our concept of life. The balance of yin and yang, the balance of love and work, the balance of human society and technology with nature. All of these balances are what I represent. The Astra goddess is a month in the equinox of autumn, which is spring in the southern hemisphere, and which brings together our planet. And now, of course, we are beginning the spring season, which is autumn in the southern hemisphere. And I make the circle I am, in the Native American tongue, now the adoptive sister of the Native American people, as shining, standing, circling dove. My job is to bring you together as a circle, and in many circles here online, me and thee in the air, and on many circles on your sacred grounds, in a combination of priority. First, the women of all ages, and then also our young Shekinah and Hekina, our younger sisters and younger brothers who are aged 37 and younger, our young Kazina sisters and young cousin brothers. All of you are the first co-saviors with me as soon as you begin to gather in the way I have described in the New Millennial Golden Rule, and deliver and discuss the New Millennial Golden Rule, and travel in time with common sense, using the New Millennial Golden Rule to envision the way it would have been 35 years ago, the way it would have been 150 years ago, the way it would have been 200 years ago, the way it would have been 5,000 years ago, had we kept the gender balanced egalitarian society and government of Atlantis, and entirely enjoyed that throughout this entire epoch. We shifted to patriarchy, in my opinion, and the opinion of many anthropologists, in an error. I'm not quite sure why Goddess God would allow it, except that we are what is called a free will planet. And the temptation to have a patriarchal society became seductive to the ancient Atlantis. Then there was a great volcanic eruption that destroyed most of Atlantis, and they readjusted in a downed manner, less evolved way, to the more patriarchal civilization of later civilizations, which is what we have all grown up in. We've all grown up in patriarchy, and it is a mistake, and it has impaired us, and we can see the results. We luckily live in a time of great anthropology and social science study, and now the realities of this are clear, and the benefits of an egalitarian culture are most apparent, and clearly backed up by archaeology. We need the goddess back, the divine feminine, in order to bring forth the divine masculine. We have to strengthen the yin and remember and value it more, so that we can also bring forth the divine and the yang, instead of the primitive and the destructive. And so you can read all about this at 5050now.wordpress.com. I've been doing broadcasts during the day, which are our LU co-savioral mysteries, focusing on our great and grandmothers, and gathering in a very special place that you've seen the picture of, that we believe to be the most potential likelihood on this planet of the opening of the stargates. It is where our great and grandmother had a home, grandmothers had a home that raised children, 2 daughters, and gave generations of daughters and great and granddaughters and sons, and horizontally also brought together so many Shekinah, so many Kazinas of their generations, and some who we now bring back in a symbolic way, of very famous families that have taught us very important things, that all on Earth are connected, and also that we can open the stargates and have eternal youthful life on this and all planets. We combine in my family tree and our family tree not only the family of Magdala and Nazareth, but also of Esther and Osiris, with Vashti, connected with Yastra and Isis and Astarte and all of their families, female and male, and of course the family of the Atlanteans, the family of Crete and the Mediterranean, going and connecting with that of ancient Israel at Tel Kabri. We see the ruins of that, the finds of the archaeologists about that. We should have remained egalitarian. We as a species fell when we accepted I think it was likely the technological pull of the Kurgans that gave the Atlantis people the notion that they could shift away from the Bino, how to be goddesses, gathering of women. It was a bad shift, and it hurt us as a species. It set us many thousands of years behind what would have been already at this point. Had we kept Atlantis culture, we would have already terraformed many planets and been very much spacefaring as well as seafaring on one united planet without a lot of warring countries or separate countries that are not in connection with each other. Now we have the internet to connect us and the solar panel. We do not have to fight over resources. We have the ultimate resource, the star, our sun. We are star stuff. We are made of the same elements, and we are involved in the same balance of yin and yang throughout the universe. So we ask you to read 5050now.wordpress.com. Do read the New Millennial Golden Rule most completely, and then the rest of the sites. We hope you enjoy the days of the Earth stood still. Not enjoy, but hold in some awe, because I am speaking as if a time-traveling visitor. I am, in fact, a time-traveling visitor. We have all been here before, and we have all been around the universe without realizing it. Because when your eyes are shut, you don't recognize the interconnection of lives and the reincarnation throughout the family tree of previous individuals coming into us, both through our genetics and through our cultural experience and knowledge of our ancestry, and other people interacting with us who are also connected to the same family. I call myself Rasha, one family. We're all one family. Everyone on this earth is at most 50th cousina and 50th cousin from everyone else. Study the New Millennial Golden Rule and the 11 steps just beneath it. Read We All Have a Dream to Make Reality Now State of the Union address, which we are extending, of course, into the Marian months of women's history, traditionally in this culture, but all months are women's history, obviously, as well as men's history. They are interactive. We are focusing on the women's history in a reparative fashion, and also to teach our youth, female and male, the necessity to honor the women and to remember the ladies, and to not make the mistakes that we've made even us women make in not valuing one another and ourselves enough. So you can look at the website. We'll leave the screen share on for you, and we'll see you in another broadcast at the sunny hours. And of course, go to the website and read the Among the Representatives, you, underneath the Congresses, grassroots Congresses, courts, and assemblies section, and the Infinite Wealth Consciousness Currencies. Those are the most important areas of the website, but we encourage you to read the entire website, understand the conceivable mysteries, which has a lot of links to the importance of breastfeeding for the development of human bonding, creativity, genius, and spiritual and ethical behavior and physical resilience that will make all people into Equinox True Qs once we really understand what is on 5050now.wordpress.com. So we invite you to visit there, and we'll see you again in a sunny broadcast tomorrow in the sunshine. Or later today. It's actually later today.